It always seems impossible until it's done. His legacy? A testament to courage, forgiveness, and the unyielding power of hope. Today, Nelson Mandela's name lives on, not just in history books, but in the hearts of all who dream of a fairer world. His journey changed a nation and inspired generations.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on Star Times Channel 176, Nightcomsat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. The sound of your city, rooted in truth, driven by impact.
From the heart of Africa, where dreams are born and passion is boundless, a new wave of talent rises. In La Liga, these extraordinary athletes are not just playing the game, they're transforming it.
Danny Rodriguez, the man chasing, it's Lamine Yamal! What a magnificent goal that
They
is!
shine on the world stage. Watch as they redefine football, inspire millions, and make history. La Liga, where dreams become reality.
My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out
Rapid TV. Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is Rapid TV.
Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it down.
Leave it like that.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people. This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on Star Times Channel 176, Nightcomsat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. The sound of your city, rooted in truth, driven by impact.
My name is Akio Sakido.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava, go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV. And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out
Rapid TV. Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV. This is
Rapid TV. Rapid TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it down.
Leave it like that.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Rapid Down right on Rapid Television. Of course, it is time for the big conversation. But first off, big thanks to Victor Ejoma for giving us the sporting updates. I know that we talked about the Nigerian game for quite so much today, and Nigerians are not so happy that we lost that yesterday against Morocco. But it is what it is. It is a game of football. My name is Victor. Okay.
And my name is Martha Ali. Good morning to you. I hope you had an amazing time. I know that it's not quite a good time for you guys because Nigerians lost the match. For all of us, by the way. But I think some of you are quite too passionate about this football thing, I must say.
Does to you, actually.
Because the rate at which, imagine the guy who was dragged until his page got down.
Crazy.
I mean, you guys take a chill pill. But I know that it's not the end of the race for us. We have a few more to play, but this time we're not playing for first place. We're playing for third place.
Yeah.
And let's see if we take that too. But I hope you're having an amazing day so far. We're at the 9 o'clock hour, and today we talk about big issues. And this morning we talked about the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and the 9 o'clock hour is basically just going to address that. Welcome.
Definitely, of course, today Nigeria actually pauses, and we pause to remember the brave men and women who stood in the gap. Many times they are unseen, sometimes they are unheard. But one thing, they are never unimportant. Today we remember the soldiers who wore the uniform and gave everything for our peace. We remember their courage, their sweat, their blood, and in too many cases, their lives. We remember those who returned home carrying wounds we cannot see, and those who never returned, leaving behind widows, children, and a nation that must never forget their sacrifices. Today is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and it is not just about parades or medals. It is about memory, gratitude, and responsibility. It is about asking ourselves, are we truly honoring their service, not only in words, but in action? Again, today we remember, today we reflect, and today we recommit to a Nigeria worthy of their courage. And this morning we are honored to have with us a man who embodies that courage and commitment, Air Commodore A.A. Balogun, retired, of the Nigerian Air Force. During his time in service, he was a combat pilot who fought in the wars in Liberia and Sierra Leone. He served as Assistant Director of Operations at Defense Headquarters, Director of Training of the NAF, and retired as Deputy Director of Operations. And something that also stood out for him was that he has taken away the compassion, taken away all of the pressures and moved it to compassion, as he also had to set up an NGO that is centered on remembering heroes, which he calls the Green Heroes Foundation. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you so much. Such an honor to be here. I mean, someone fighting in, combating in the war, Liberia and Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
What was that like
for you?
It was a job we have to do to make sure that West Africa is safe.
Right.
And we started from Liberia when the country was on fire. And Nigeria said, we won't watch, especially when other countries, the advanced countries, went and evacuated their citizens. There were other citizens, Africans, West Africans, and our government said, we will not just go and evacuate Nigerians. We will go and restore peace.
Yeah.
So we got there. Then we were to go there as peacekeepers. But when we got to Liberia, there was no peace to keep. Yes, there was no peace because there were about 4 warring factions. So we had to enforce it. Sometimes you have to force people to accept what you want. So we had to enforce peace in Liberia, starting from 1990. It took us like 8 years.
Wow.
And in the process, the war spilled over into Sierra Leone. So the Sierra Leone crisis started in 91, but it got to a big height in 96 when the president was overthrown.
Wow.
And West Africa said, let's reinstate that president, Ahmed Tijan Kaba. And what do? ECOMOG, led by Nigeria.
Yeah.
We went in there, still enforced peace, and reinstated that president back. He was on exile in Guinea, but we chased away the rebels, the coup plotters and the rebels, and then we brought in that president. That's a story that a lot of people don't talk about. They don't really know that we had done a lot to maintain stability in West Africa, not only in Liberia and Sierra Leone. We were in Gambia, we were in Ivory Coast, we were in Mali. Whereas, wherever there's crisis, they call on Nigeria, come and help us stabilize, and that's what we've been doing. So for me, it was a great experience serving, and I thank God I survived like my colleagues. But like you said there, a lot did not make it back.
Surely.
So what do we do for those who did not come back? I think that's what we are doing today.
Definitely. And once again, thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you too.
Now, when you hear Armed Forces Remembrance Day, what emotion comes to mind?
Yeah, I say somebody who has served, you remember what you have passed through.
Yeah.
Because you said something about some silent injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know the ones that are dead. We see the ones that come back with physical injuries. But there are soldiers who come back with what we call silent injuries of war, which you and I cannot see. Post-traumatic stress disorder is one of them. Crisis of conscience, which we call moral injury, because a lot of people don't know what soldiers go through. Morally, citizens, human beings, they are not to kill. Any religion, both traditional, don't kill.
Yeah.
But what do soldiers do? You will never be told, go and kill, no. They send you out, go and take out this target. And when you go out there, it's either you kill or you get killed. Now, when you kill, it doesn't end there. You suffer from it after, because your moral conscience say don't kill, but your job is to kill. So you have to strike a balance. How do I do it? Then most times you have to now accept, yes, I did it on authority.
Yeah.
I did it in the line of duty. But you don't ever forget. It will always be there. We get over it through counseling, psychological counseling and things like that, but you will always remember. So on this kind of day, we reflect, especially those who never made it back.
Right.
And then we should wish them well. But then, what do we do as Nigerians? What we should do is to look after those people they left behind.
Definitely.
The wife, the children, and the family. I think that's what we are doing today. But for me, I want us to say it, to do it, to take it a little further. Because every year we do Remembrance Day. We go to the Remembrance Arcade.
Yeah.
They liberate, and then we all go home. From the federal to the state, that's the same thing. Now, what happened to those children that were left behind? Yeah, the armed forces are trying. They still give them scholarship to a level, to an age limit. After that age, they're on their own. Now, I'm looking that Nigerians should take it further. And when you do that, the current ones serving, they are encouraged to do more, to serve you more. Because, 2 days ago, the owner of BUA promised Super Eagles so much money. Has anybody promised a soldier going to a destination that he may never return? And say, go there, defend us. If you don't come back, we will look after your children. Nobody says that. It's football, it's entertainment. Good. But without soldiers, can we do all that?
And that actually brings me to this very
question. That's why I say we should take it to the next level. You said something when I came in. You said, thank you for your service. It's not common. I'm surprised. She didn't say it. But then, that is the norm. When you tell them, you see them, thank you for your service, they are encouraged to do more for you and I.
That's right. Now, looking at our nation, basically, whenever we talk about Armed Forces Remembrance Day, do you think that our Nigerian government celebrates the dead soldiers more than they take care of the ones living?
Yeah, Nigerians will celebrate the dead more than the living. Yes, that's why, what's that guy's name? Timaya said, celebrate me when I'm alive. The veterans who had survived, are we doing anything for them? We remember the dead. There are veterans who had spent the rest of their life. That's why part of what we are going to do on the 14th of February is to bring some of those. Some of them don't have eyes. Wow. Some of them are deaf because of the noise of weapon that they hear every day. But they retire and then they are left to treat their wounds on their own. So they should also be celebrated, because in other countries, there are 2 holidays for veterans.
Okay.
The Memorial Day holiday, which we are doing today, which is still limited because in advanced countries, this today is a national holiday. But here it's not a national holiday, it's just a day to remember. No, it's a national holiday. Then you now have a Veterans Day. A Veterans Day to honor those who are still available.
Right.
And you now show them some level of thank you for what they have done. You take them out to places, entertain them, go to shops. If you go to shops in America, I train there. On today, you will spend maybe a 10% of the actual cost of anything. You get rebates. Thank you. Some places you get it free.
Yeah.
The thing is not to that man. It's to the coming generation to encourage them that when you serve us, we will also tell you, thank you, we will appreciate you. So they're encouraged to do more. Today, yeah, our soldiers will have to do it, but then their morale can be, we can boost it up so that they can do more by doing all these things. So I'm hoping that one day, the Memorial Day, which is today Remembrance Day, will become a national holiday. And then we should also remember that we should also honor those who are still alive by creating a Veterans Day for them. They will be happy. They will be back there in uniform. The uniform they have not worn for how many years? Me, I've retired for 14 years now. Then you now say, wear my uniform again, march on the street, which was nice. The man will remember when he served. So I want to appeal that we take it to the next level.
Now, Nigeria has deployed troops to different parts of the world. And I think this morning we made mention of the fact that over 40 countries since 1960, Nigeria has gone out to peacekeeping missions and all of that, still in Nigeria, still within the country. Nigeria and soldiers have tried their best to keep it safe and secure for a lot of Nigerians. But in your assessment, I know we've mentioned the fact that the country needs to do more. Someone who has a lived experience, what areas do you think that the government should strategically put structures in place to ensure that these soldiers who are dead are not forgotten? I remember at a time where I went for a gathering for the 41 regular course, and I saw that course members from within the 41 regular were training the children of the fallen heroes within their class. So this is structure. These are structures that are put within the class system. What about the government? What structures or policies do you think that they can, introduce to ensure that those who are falling are not forgotten and those who are alive are properly taken care of?
Very good. The falling is what we are doing now, though I think we should still do more. But the ones alive, we don't realize their value. Because the retirees, who we call the veterans, are people I want to see as our national asset. Asset in the sense that Nigeria has spent so much money training those guys. And then after a while, they retire and then they are left like that. You are not tapping the resources they still have. They are not dead. They are still alive. A lot of them are very vibrant. I tell some people around me, I say, I became more resourceful after retirement.
How so?
Yes, because when you are in the service, you live within the service. You are gagged. You have rules. You can't just wake up today and say, I'm going to Kaduna, just like that. No, you cannot. You must apply, I want to go to Kaduna. And somebody must say, okay, you can go, or you cannot go. But when you retire, you are free to explore. You are free to do some. I've written 3 books. I wrote all the books in retirement.
Wow.
I did not write any book while I was in the service because there will be no time. And I've done so many things in retirement. Now, those people that are retired, it's not only me, there are so many like that, who you can, as a nation, culture, and bring them back and serve. As you just said something that they were teaching. Those guys that are retired have so much knowledge, so much experience, than those guys still serving. So bring them in, like think tanks. Think for them, they will do the job. But you are behind them, and you are advising them, this is how we did it in those days. This is how you should do it. So we are not taking advantage of those people enough, and I think the government need to do it. The former Minister of Defense just mentioned it in passing. We are going to use the veterans. He never did. The NSA also said it on one occasion, we are going to leverage on the veterans. They never did. The veterans today are all over Nigeria. They have retired, but they are in nooks and crannies of the country. So what do? Use them as intelligence. You have trained them. They already know what to do.
Already have the training.
So harness them and say, you are in that location. This slogan that we say, whenever you see something, say something. To who? So when you use those guys, you tell them who to say it to.
Okay.
So that it becomes useful. They are there. We are not using them because we don't see them as assets. So I would want government to, that's why we are celebrating the dead. We should also be looking at the living. Still use them, tap from their experience and the knowledge they have, and then Nigeria could be a better place.
Okay, and let's talk about the life struggle of these veterans now. I think in the last couple of weeks we've been talking about pension schemes for these veterans, and in fact we have had instances where you go to the banks and you see them in very long queues trying to complain about the fact that their pensions are not coming. They still have problems, or they still struggle with housing, they struggle with healthcare and reintegration into the society, which is such a, because your training is different, you know, from the average Nigerians. We don't go to war, so nobody teaches us how to drive a combat plane. Nobody teaches us how to use weapons because it's not even legalized in this part of the world. So talk to us. Where do you think the system is failing? Is it in policy, funding, or is it political will?
Okay, let me start from the pension, because that was always the problem. Today, the pension is not as bad as it used to be. Today, any retiree get their pension. Yes, some are delayed, and then they will say they want to protest, but just for a while. The thing has been streamlined. The military pension board is doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah, but then there's no system that is 100% perfect. You can still see one or two issues here and there, but by and large, pension issues, gratuities are no longer a big problem. But you know, normally everybody will ask for more. So the pensioners are saying things are tight.
Yeah.
Nigeria now, everything has gone up. So review our pension and let us be able to have something to live with. So you will hear but then normal pension, normal gratuity is not an issue any longer.
So it's been constant.
Yes, it's constant. They get it. In fact, sometimes the pensioners get paid before the serving guys.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yes. So. But you mentioned something very sensitive now, reintegration. That is what we never bothered. Because the man that has gone to the battle and come back is not the same person.
Absolutely.
The man you sent out there, by the time he arrives, he's a different person. Yeah. So what do you need to do? You need to bring him back. And a psychologist will sit with him and reassess his psyche, whether he's fit to go home or he should go through some form of treatment before going home. But today we just bring them back and we allow them to go into the society. No, it is wrong. We are not doing it well. And that is part of the reason civilians or military men bully civilians. Why do you think military soldiers bully civilians? It dates back. It's as a consequence of what they have seen. See, when you go to war, that man that is trying to kill you is bullying you. And whoever has been bullied will also look for somebody to bully. So when they come back without this reintegration and reorientation program, they come back anger, aggression. So when they tell you, don't cross this line, and you cross the line, they slap you. But it's not them. It is a consequence. That's what they inherited from the job we send them to do. So you have mentioned it. I will want somebody, the government, take it up, please. Reorientation after war, after combat. Once you send anybody to combat, he must have killed. He must narrowly escape death, and you think he will come back sane? No. So you need to get proper people to counsel them to bring back to normalcy before they mix with civilian
society.
So very nice.
You've talked a bit about life after service, living as a civilian. You know, now there are lots of veterans that have come up to say as well that you know, retirement is like being released into a nation that's moved on without you. You know, but you as a civilian now, now what is that one thing that shocked you? You know, living your life now as a civilian, no longer as a military personnel.
Yeah, to most people, they just feel that retirement is end of life, and that's the problem they have. No, retirement is you close one chapter and open another chapter. We've been trying to educate them that life after service shouldn't be a bad life. It should be another chapter in your life.
Yeah.
That you open a new leaf and say, I'm still alive, I'm still strong, and I can do so many things. So life after service shouldn't be seen as it's not what you are getting as pension. It's lower. So if they find it difficult to transit from that level they were while in the service to this new level. So some people feel that retirement is suffering. No, it shouldn't be. You have time now to do something else and add to what you are getting from government so that you don't depend solely on that. Nigeria is tough now.
Right.
If you depend solely on government, whatever you are getting, it may not be enough. So I will encourage retirees to look for something to supplement whatever they are getting as pension.
Okay. You founded the Green Heroes Foundation in 2018.
Yes.
And it just caters to basically caring for people who are vulnerable, because I mean the widows of the heroes, the children of the heroes, even the veterans as well. Now, what gap did you see that made you go into this advocacy? Because it's an advocacy, it's an organization, but it's also an advocacy. What gap did you see, and what experience from this work has stayed with you the most?
Okay. Actually, Green Hero did not start with the widows. Okay. We started with the war veterans.
Okay.
Like you said, we wanted that reorientation because it was not there. And we went to war. When we came back, I wrote a book about the effect of war on soldiers. It's a chapter in that book. And I was looking for somebody to help me to launch the book, a big man. And I was introduced to a senator, Senator Sabi. So he said, before I accept, I must read this book. And he read it. And in the book, there is a place I talk about effect of war on the family. And so when he finished reading the book, he called me and said, you have just talked about my father. No, his grandfather. He said his grandfather was a soldier. And that when his grandfather came back from war, they had no peace at home. That the man would just wake up one morning and say, all of you come outside, come and form up, civilians, including his own father. He said, so whenever the man is coming, they will run away. I said, that is what I want to do. But in the book, I suggested to government what you just said, that you need to start reintegration and reorientation for these guys. The senator now said, why don't you set up an NGO? I will credit him because he brought up the idea. He said, if you say government should do this, they will not do it. Or if they do it, they will politicize it. He was a politician, but he told me. So I said, okay, we will set up this NGO to look after those people. So we set it up. We brought in psychologists to look particularly after ex-soldiers who have gone to combat. So our slogan was providing care and support for war veterans. But then when we started looking after the war veterans, we now saw that they are not the only ones suffering. Even their families are suffering. So we extended it to the widows because we had a temporary hostel somewhere in Zone 3 for those who cannot afford. So they were coming there. Now we needed cooks to cook for them.
Okay.
So they brought women, and all of them they brought were widows of soldiers, their colleagues' wives who had died. So they brought them. They also need help. So we got the widows involved. Where are the children? We got the children involved. That's how we evolved into also catering for the widows and the children of the fallen. And then the disabled people also came. So when we had the first edition of our Love Festival, we brought the disabled, we brought the ex-soldiers, we brought the children, we brought the widows. And it was nice. It was very nice because on 14th of February, both of you will go out with your loved ones to go and celebrate.
That's right.
Who will celebrate with a widow? Who will take that orphan out? Who will take a disabled soldier anywhere? So we chose February 14th as a day to also help them to celebrate.
Wow.
And we are looking at it as complementing the effort of government. Today, government is remembering the fallen heroes, but they can't reach all of them. So February 14 is close to January 15. So we say, let us extend the same thing, though we are non-governmental,
Right.
to the widows and the orphans, and that's what we are doing.
All right, thank you so much, sir. We still have lots of conversation that we're going to be engaging on this particular matter, but we need to go on a break. When we'll come back, we continue the conversation with retired Air Commodore A.A. Balogun. Do stay with us.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on Star Times Channel 176, Nigecomsat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. The sound of your city. Rooted in truth, driven by impact.
Time is power. Our lives are powered by the sun. As the sun rises, so do we. As we trust it to rise and set without any worries interrupting your morning with our hybrid all-in-one inverter, powering our prosperity and happiness.
Sustainable future, breaking the shell. Start time solar.
But also nurture what is dear to us, powering trust and support, empowering us to do things that really matters. Star Times Solar, power your life.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Rapid, and of course, this is the big conversation. Today is the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and so we'll be having a conversation with a veteran military personnel, Commodore A.A. Balogun, and he's been sharing with us some of the stories, war stories as well, in his time. Once again, thank you so much, sir, for being here with us.
Thank you too.
Now, we're talking about your foundation and of course the compassion and all of it. But share with us, in the course of carrying out some of the activities you've carried out in the foundation or within the foundation, what stories, stays close to your heart?
Still on that, particularly the ex-soldiers, is that orientation and reintegration. For the nation is very, very important, because if you didn't take away the anger they came back with from them, we will continue to have issues between the civil and the military. So it's something that, you're okay, we had this temporary hostel, and you see these soldiers, ex-soldiers in there, fighting among themselves. But because I understood why, I could manage them.
Okay.
But other people outside who does not know will say, are these people mad people? No, they are not mad. It's just the consequence of what has happened to their psyche while fighting in the war. There was a boy that left me one night, and it was a lot of them live in Papi. So they come and then they go back. So this guy left Zone 3. He was going to Papi. Before he left Zone 3, he fought 2 people. But he had to go, so I said he should go. So he left. The next morning, they called me. The guy is in the police station. What happened? That when he was coming home, some vigilante people stopped him. They were like 6 vigilantes. He beat all of them up. He beat all of them up. Then they had to now call police. They said 3 policemen came to calm the situation. He beat all of them. They had to send for reinforcement. Then they now bundled him and took him to their cell. So they called me. They say he's in Papio, in the police there. So I got there and I said, this man, where will they deal with? He will deal with you guys, because you don't know what he has done in the past. Life does not matter to him. Again, because he has taken lives. So those are the kind of people that we need to calm down. It's not easy. If you attend this program, there is a psychologist, because that will talk. He will talk to the women, he will talk to the children, and also talk to the soldiers that will be there. Because that is our major concern. That reintegration and reorientation program is very vital for the peace of all of us in Nigeria. If not, you keep having soldiers beating civilians here and there. The army has a program, but I keep telling them that it's not thorough. It's not thorough. Reorientation and reintegration, particularly reintegration, is a huge thing. Even the people you are going to integrate them into, have you prepared them?
Be prepared to receive them.
Yeah, that we are bringing this man who is of this kind of behavior. Please, you will accept him so that you can tolerate him until he's fully reintegrated. Because you don't bring him and you expect him to just behave like you immediately. And the other one that I said, issue of moral injury. It troubles soldiers a lot, but they can't say it, and then you will not know. But they will feel emotionally drained most of the time. So you see them just seated, and then you may be talking to them, they are not hearing you, because they are going back to that sin. So it must be taken away from them. So I will want to see that we pay more attention to those guys coming back from combat before we allow them into the civil society. And then the wounded soldiers, what we do right now is that they are wounded in the war front, we treat them, and then we do something we call medical burden. They are no longer fit to do the job. So they are let go. Now when you let them go, are they fully healed? No. So once you let them go, they continue to treat themselves the rest of their life. It's not proper. At this event, you will see there will be a guy who has no eye. He wears artificial eye that he will remove. He's not seeing, but when you see him, you think he's seeing you. No, he's not seeing. Where did he get that? From the war front. What do we do with him?
That's such an important part. Reorientation and reintegration seems to be like a very important thing to you, and it is really important, because I remember when we had a conversation here about the soldiers that were let go. I mean, DSS, about I think 200 of them or more, 100 or more of them were let go. You know, this was the major concern we discussed here. How do you let such people go? They have the training of the military. They have whatever it takes to now constitute a nuisance to society if they want to. So how do you now make sure that these people have this training? They are no longer with the force. How can we reintegrate them back into society? Very important thing. And we'll definitely continue to lend our voice in activism to make sure that, you know, something is being done about it. Now, today we remember the fallen heroes. Yes. But I'm asking this question on a more personal note. Before you became an Air Commodore, you were just, before all of the titles and the names, you were a young boy who decided to serve your country. Now, do you remember the moment you truly realized that it was not just about briefing? Because when they are briefing the soldiers and saying, we have to do this, this is what you need to do as a soldier, there's a moment of realization between that briefing and actually taking on the job. Now, you might not know that taking lives is such a big deal until
you will never be told.
Exactly, until you are faced with the challenge of, this person is about to kill me, or this person is a threat to the nation's security. Do I take the life of the person? It is between your morals and your duty.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize this for you when you began your job, and how did that change for you? What happened the day you realized that?
You will, until you do the job, that's when you realize. During the training, nobody will tell you this is what you are going to do. They will just tell you that's a target. And one experience I can never forget happened in Sierra Leone in 1997. These rebels were to cross a river. Don't allow them to cross that river. If they cross that river into Freetown, there will be chaos in Freetown.
Okay.
And the intelligence came, they will be at the bank of the river at so time. So don't allow them to cross. I was a combat pilot. So the aircraft is there, the weapons are there. Go and do the job. And you can't refuse, you have to. Now, took off, got there, because we must first see the target to make sure what you are attacking is actually what you were told.
Right.
And at the bank of the river, I saw multitude. Then there were canoes that were waiting to take them across the river so that they can do whatever they needed to do in Freetown. And my instruction is that they must not cross. So I set up and I sent them, and then I did what I was told to do. And there's something we call battle damage assessment, where you must come back and look at what you have done. And I came back, I saw what I've done. At that time, I was excited. I was given a job to do. I've done it very well. I went back, reported, mission accomplished. What happened was in the night. And now, flashback, you must remember. I now remember the people I saw first at the bank of the river.
Yeah.
And what I saw after the job has been done. And I couldn't sleep that night. So that is that level. You now know that all you have been trained for, all the briefing, all the lectures, is to do that which you have just done.
Right.
So it's now left to you to start fighting to overcome. Because sometimes we feel guilty. We feel guilty. In fact, what do they call that sense of guilt? Too? Even if you survive, if you are involved in combat and your friend dies, sometimes you feel guilty. Why him? Why not me?
Yeah.
Those are things we live with. But there's no point that you will realize that you say, okay, at this point I'm crossing to the other side. It's a natural consequence. Once you join the service, your training is progressive. They are training you for that job. And before you do that job, you are already inside. There's something we call battle-minded. You are already inside that battle, even without any battle. Your mind is telling you, they have prepared you, so that when you get to the battle, you already have that battle mind to do the job, even though you cannot. Right. Like if you are too religious, you can't be a soldier. No, you cannot, because your religious part will be telling you, don't do this. The soldier in you will say, that is your job. You must do it. So that borderline, I can't tell you that, because it's a continuous training. Until you do it, then you say, okay, now I am there.
Let's talk about young people.
And you can't go back.
You're not going back.
Let's talk about young people who actually wants to serve.
Yes.
But the fear of neglect, is there. But you mentioned some of these things as well. Young persons, they have the intent, they want to serve, but they are afraid that they'll get neglected eventually, want to get into service. A more personal question as well, if your son wanted to actually join the military, first would you let him? And if you would, what would you insist, for the policies, that guards or guides the military? What would you insist, a change in before your son could actually join the military?
If my son is interested in the military, he will join. The military life is a different life. If you are cut out for it, whatever anybody tell you, you will join.
When you say different in what light?
You will join because, see, if I was your age, and I'm in uniform, we go out together, we are age mates, I'm in uniform, you are in this. Who would this lady first look at?
Maybe the military guy.
Yeah, of course. Don't be so.
But I'm cute enough, she might just look at me.
Yeah, of course, because the military, we are unique. And that's what a lot of young guys who have it in them naturally, they will see and say, I want to be like that.
Oh.
Why do we marry the most beautiful women in Nigeria? Well, number one, women love security.
Absolutely.
So when they see that man, soldier, well dressed, say, he will secure me. So I'll go for him before it goes to you. So for young people that want to join the military, it's a great way of life.
Yeah.
If you are outside, you won't understand it. But once you join in, the lifestyle within the military is so, until recently, let me know, like, the military is the only institution in Nigeria that is bonding Nigeria. Because when you join, you don't know, I don't know who you are. You are just a soldier. I don't know whether you are Igbo, Hausa, Muslim, Christian. No. You are a soldier, you are a soldier. That is the bond we have. So those qualities, a lot of people see it from outside, but until you get inside, then you see the uniqueness of the military life.
Yeah.
I pray that the military does not get too politicized and tribalized, because that's the only institution that you go into and you see through Nigeria without any restriction. Say, I say Muslim. Muslim can pray, Christian can pray, but together there's that bonding that a lot of people who want to join the military love.
Okay.
And say, once I join these people, they will protect you. So don't touch a soldier. If you touch a soldier, that's why they will all come after you.
Truly.
That spirit that if you touch one soldier, you touch all of them. So those are the things, and I will encourage young people. There's pride in serving. When you serve your nation, you come out. Though some people are abusing it, they will tell you, hey, what have you done? Do you know what I've done? But then there's pride in it. I served. I'm retired. I walk around my shoulder and say, yes, I've served my nation.
Now, very quickly now, sir, one of the challenges we've had over time is the fact that military personnel, in the fight against insurgency right now, there have been some complaints that we do not have enough weapons to fight against these insurgents. Has this been the case even from your time in service? And looking at it as well right now, do we really have the required equipment to fight against the bandits that we have in our country?
And what are the loopholes that you have seen?
Exactly.
Because
yeah, you want to take me out of here now to war, because I fought wars, and I'll tell you categorically that when we fought our wars, the equipment we had is less than 10% of what they have today. So I keep challenging them that what we had was minimal, and we did the job. So you now have this and that. Sometimes when I hear bandits or whoever have advanced weapons than the military, how? Nigeria Armed Forces is greater than Boko Haram, bandits, based on our own experience. So you can't tell me one bagger is hiding inside one place and I will not say.
Yeah.
So this soldier set is coming out little by little.
Exactly.
Then we were using our naked eyes to search for rebels wherever they are, and we will look for them, we will see them, and we will get them. Today you have technology. That you don't have to do that. The technology will do it for you. Why don't you leverage on those available technologies? Somebody will say, They are inside one forest. Which forest? Which forest? You have a mobile phone there. You have a mobile phone there. I have in me. Do you know these mobile phones are already intelligence? But we are not leveraging on technology that is available. I saw something recently, just civilian, somebody in one of those bandit states, and was using his phone and tracking bandits on bike, and they were going, and he just uploaded them. What was that? He didn't know what he was doing. He just saw bandit and then put his camera and was uploading the video. If we had channeled those things to where it's supposed to be useful, that is intelligence. He's somewhere in one village. He's seen bandits going, and he carried his phone and he was filming them and he was uploading. If we had channeled that thing very well to where action will be taken, the guy has already told you the bandits are moving in this direction. So take off. Air Force, based on this, go there. Air Force will get there on time. Air Force will now downlink to the army. Because there's technology today that will tell you whatever is happening in Sambisa Forest here in this office.
That's right.
If you leverage on them. So that's the challenge I have, and I keep challenging them. If we can do it at that our age with the crude things we had, they should be able to do it here. What is required is blend with the time. Whatever is happening now is technologically driven.
That's right.
So let us leverage on that.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. We do appreciate you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you very much.
Thank you.
We didn't say it from the, I didn't say it from the start, but thank you for your sacrifice.
But we've been speaking with Air Commodore A.A. Balogun, retired of the Nigerian Air Force, and he has shared with us, some of the war stories and of course some policies that needs to be rejigged when it comes to remembering the armed force personnel on this particular day. And of course, once again, we say thank you to all the military personnel for your service. Thank you so much as we remember and celebrate you today.
Yes. Thank you very much. And it's important that when the future generations remember January 15th, we don't just remember people, the fallen heroes, not just stories or ceremonies, it's people who lived, actually, people who fought for what we now have and some sort of security that we now enjoy. But that does not also say that there's no more that can be done by those who are still actively in service. You heard him say that they had very crude resources to do what they did at the time, which means that we have more and we have the leverage of technology. It's important that we try to apply those things as well. And it's important that the country also looks at adjusting its policies to accommodate these veterans and reorientate and reintegrate them into society as well.
Definitely. With that being said, this is all we're going to take on the program today. Do remember that you can follow us across all our social media pages across our platforms at Rapid TV, and you can always rewatch our episodes using our YouTube platform, which is at Official Rapid TV on YouTube. And wherever you are in the world, you can watch us live using our website www.arabianradiotv.com. My name is Victor. Okay.
And my name is Martha Alu. I will see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.